Hey everybody, Phil here from Mandarin Blueprints. The Chinese character xi means to practice, but it also has two alternative definitions. And these two alternative definitions, while at first sight may seem to be totally different, when you think about it, to get used to something is something that you practice over a long period of time. And a custom in society is something that society writ large has practiced over a long period of time. So they're all related to practice in some way. And the traditional Chinese character for this, the top part of it is actually wings. The bottom part is the component for white. However, the wings part is where the meaning lies. And of course, a baby bird has to practice flapping their wings a long time before they can actually fly. Now, a common question that comes up for people is, what's the difference between 学 and 学习? Because 学习is probably the most common word where we use 习. Now, 学 just means to learn in general, but of course, you can learn things in a number of different ways. You can learn by doing, you can learn through experience, or you can learn by studying. So, 学习 is essentially the act of learning through conscious study, maybe through a textbook, whereas 学 is just learning in general. Let's take a look at three words that have xi as the second character because it really helps illustrate how the character works when you're essentially asking, what kind of practice are you doing? Now, the first one is just the general word for practice, liàn xi, and it's a juxtaposed word in Chinese, which simply means that both characters have the same meaning. It's like to drill, to practice. And of course, that makes sense because, how do you get to Carnegie Hall? 练习, 练习, 练习. The second character, 实习, this is one of my favorite words because 实 is a great Chinese character. It means real or substantive or something that actually exists in reality. So the real practice, well, that's an internship, which is kind of cool. Chinese does a great job of really getting across the essence of what something really means through the characters. Now, the third word, 复习, this word means to review, and that makes a lot of sense because 复 simply means to repeat or to copy. And so to review something, to copy practice, well, that's to review, just like this gentleman's doing here in his bedroom. Now, if we put xi first and we look at that definition of get used to, well, there's another juxtaposed word called 习惯. 惯 also means to get used to. And so the meaning of this is just a habit or to habituate to something. It can be either a noun or a verb. Luke and I both live in Sichuan, which the characteristic of Sichuan food is that it's very spicy. So people will often ask us, 你们习惯吃辣吗? And of course, what they're asking there is, are you accustomed to eating spicy food? Now, the final word we're going to look at today is 习俗. Now, this is this idea of something that the society has practiced over a long period of time and turned into something that they do on a continuous basis. So something becomes a custom, a habit, a custom, a practice. These things are all related to the character xi. So as you continue to learn character by character, you're going to be able to learn words that much faster.